Hi, welcome to another episode of Audio Scrawl. This is Brandon.
And I'm Kang.
King, how are you doing?
No, not too bad. How about you?
Doing fantastic. The weather's been really nice lately, and I'm up for hiking.
Yep, Memorial Day weekend is upon us.
Yes. So now that it's a Memorial weekend, what's been going on with you?
Nothing much. A lot of interesting news popping up here and there.
Okay.
One of the bigger controversies, or the bigger news in comic book news is that Captain America Steve Rogers #1 came out, and the ending of that have left a lot of Marvel fans with a bad taste in their mouth.
Bad taste in their mouth. They're just being crybabies.
With a minor spoilers, so this is gonna be spoilers. So if you haven't read Captain Steve Rogers #1, go ahead and read it.
To be fair, it's grand. Okay, first of all, this is issue #1, and there's more stories to come. And to start things off, it's big news. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's making this story is making headlines. Mm-hmm. So at this point, I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't stress about spoilers. It's more like how are we going to handle this? How are we going to handle this situation from here on out?
Don't read it.
That's one of them, King. That's one of them. People can boycott. Yes. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't feel like that's the solution, though.
Yeah, but the news is Steve Rogers has been apparently an agent of Hydra the entire time.
Right.
Since his origins, he's been an agent of Hydra. I'm like, what? They want. I know what they're doing. They're trying to get sales, but holy cow, that's dumb. In my opinion.
Did you read the issue?
I have not, but I can understand.
Yeah.
Where a lot of people are coming from.
So it's flipping back and forth where you have the present time, and Captain America just recently got his youth restored through the events Avengers Standoff.
Mm-hmm. And it flashbacks to his mother.
That's right.
Who was an agent of Hydra the entire time.
No. His mother was not an agent of Hydra. What happened was Steve Rogers is a child. His parents are out and about, but his dad he's drunk. And he's upset because I guess his mother embarrassed him, but she's trying to do stuff for the community. And some stranger, some lady comes in. She didn't like how Steve's father is treating Steve's mother, and so she kicks his butt. He runs away and stuff like that. And so she's just being nice, being generous to Steve and his mother, and taking good care of them and stuff, and then telling them, here's a flyer, you should check out this organization, a community who talks about like issues, problems, and helping each other out. Mm-hmm. And the flyer had the symbol of Hydra.
Okay.
And that's when it's, I had the what moment where I was kind of like put off by his father being a drunk. Like he was, and just this origin tale just felt like something's off about this.
Of course it's off.
Yeah, I'm not a Captain America expert. I haven't read all the comic books, but I mean the lore is with this character. A lot of people have a pretty good idea about him too, and it just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, and it's definitely not going to stick with the amount of backlash from the community. There's no way this is going to last.
No, it's not. But I don't think it was intended to last anyway. Mm-hmm. It just feels like a shock factor. The way people are handling it, the way people are reacting. It's like any Marvel events that has happened, such as Peter Parker dying because of Dr. Octopus swapped consciousness, and he became Superior Spider-Man.
And that didn't last.
No, but it was an excellent run. It's one of those runs where a lot of people had the, WTF moment. Like, why are they doing this? This is stupid. How could they do that to Peter Parker? And, but a couple of months later, I was doing research about, what are good stories to read. And a lot of people are, they're swallowing their words going, I thought this was the dumbest idea ever. I'm not going to lie. This is actually a pretty good story. I recommend reading it.
But then they did not stick with that storyline.
No, they didn't stick. It wasn't permanent.
And that was the problem. Like, hey, here's this big event that's going to happen, but why does it even matter? At this point, that timeline could not have existed, and it would have been the same, because Peter Parker's just back anyways.
He is. Mm-hmm. And it's it baffles me about, okay, I mean, everyone's making a big deal about Captain America being Hydra, but I question going, there's stuff going on. I have a couple of theories of what's happening to him, but I kind of felt like this feels cliched. And people make a big deal out of it. I kind of feel like this isn't permanent because recently, a little while ago, Steve Rogers lost his powers and he aged to what's supposed to be his normal age, or he became older.
Mm-hmm.
And, now recently he got his youth back. And then that was a question of, wait a minute, what about Sam Wilson? He's Captain America. I mean, they're doing two runs. They're doing Sam Wilson, Captain America, and Steve Rogers at Captain America as well. And a lot of people have different reaction because, a lot of people are kind of iffy about Sam Wilson as Captain America. So there's theories going around that Marvel's being like, oh, you seriously don't like Sam Wilson as Captain America? Well, how about our Steve Rogers as Hydra this whole time? Which go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no. Go ahead and finish your thought first.
I just feel like, no, you guys are thinking too much.
I think there is a way to bring back characters. Mm-hmm. I mean, looking at DC's Rebirth, it has been nothing but universal praise with Rebirth. Mm-hmm. Everybody's been saying, hey, all these comic books, all these number ones are great. And then, because they're bringing back all the old characters. Here's some great storylines. Yeah. And then here's, pretty much a rebirth of Captain America. And the plot twist was kind of an insult to the fans of Captain America. Because unlike, let's say, Spider-Man and Doc Ock, this event takes place to the entire origin of Captain America. And that's the problem. So from the very beginning of Captain America, going onto the page of the comic books and punching Hitler in the face, he's been an agent of Hydra, which doesn't make any sense because his entire comic run has been dismantling Hydra from within. Right. So there's that entire plot hole to go through,
So here's the latest theories going on. The one that I'm kind of like in agreement with, but either way, I'm not following any theories just because I sort of have like blind faith. But I'll tell you why in a second. But I was mentioning about Avengers Standoff. So what happened with Captain America was in this place called Pleasantville. A piece of the cosmic cube became sentient and is a form of a little girl, like a 5-year-old girl. And she's just forming people the way she wants them to be and kind of recreating all the villains as like nice people, like part of the community. But it backfired. The villains regained their consciousness, and it's very controversial because that's against their human rights. So Captain America's getting beaten up. He's old. He can't really defend himself. So the girl whose name is Kobik appears and then she decides to give Steve Rogers the youth back. So because of what she did to Steve Rogers, like regenerating his health, it's possible that there more has happened. There might have been more to it, like. He may not be back to his old self. Things might have been rewritten in his memory. So there's theories going around that like, hey, I mean, don't think too much of it. Something's going on. We know that. I feel like it's just going to go back to normal. This is not a permanent thing, and I have blind faith because it's written by Nick Spencer. I'm actually. I like Nick Spencer as a writer. Right now he is writing The Astonishing Ant-Man, Captain America, Sam Wilson, Captain America, Steve Rogers. For Image Comics, he's writing a series called The Fix. And before those series, he worked on Superior Foes of Spider-Man. And he's also well known for writing this series called Morning Glories. And he's actually a really good writer. He's all about twists. He's all about creating these moments of like what the heck is going on. He's not too bad at creating suspense as well, but I feel like he's better at doing humor. He writes interesting villain characters too. He fleshes out characters, so he does pretty good at that. So I've enjoyed his previous series. I really like Captain America's Sam Wilson run because I kind of view Sam Wilson as like the underdog.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like everyone just gives him a hard time. I feel bad for Sam Wilson, and because of that, I've actually been enjoying the stories and how he's written. But right now, Steve Rogers, I just feel like it's issue number 1. I can't judge it because you can't. I feel like you can't even judge a single issue. They're set up in story arcs.
I feel like you can.
Yeah?
To be honest.
Okay.
It's like judging episodes of TV series and anime within like the first issues,
Right.
the first episodes.
Okay.
Even heck, we're judging movies within trailers.
We'll get into that in a second. Yeah, I see what you mean there.
And you could just say like, oh yeah, I watched this trailer. I watched the first episode or two. Like, yeah, it's not for me.
That's yes or no for me, but for the most part, I think because I can't I can't judge based on one issue or one episode anymore because there's been times that I've been wrong. Castle, I saw the pilot episode, I was kind of like, I don't know. And later on, I went back and watched the other episodes, finished off season 1, and I thought, you know what? I was wrong. This is actually a pretty good series.
But was it because you wanted to go back, or was it like friends told you it was a good series?
Friends told me that it was a good series.
And then you went back and watched it.
But, you know, you just kind of learn that there's many series. A lot of people have learned that you can't trust a pilot episode because a pilot episode is more like they're trying to set things up, and then after the pilot, they get the reaction. They get the feedbacks, and then they're fixing the issues, and then coming towards episode 2, things got fixed, and then they just move on.
But then, there's been some great pilots, so.
Yeah, true.
Yep. I think a more crazy theory is that Red Skull's brainwashing Captain America.
People are talking about that too because it's a little bit weird because I went through and read Uncanny Avengers, good series. Then I read Axis, kind of crazy weird, but in that run, Red Skull took Professor X's brain.
Yeah, and now he took the psychic ability part of his brain.
And he was actually kind of mind controlling or influencing hate on people, causing riots and causing people to go after each other, especially going after mutants.
Which is so stupid. Oh, all right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it still kind of baffles people. But then, yeah, that's another theory that's going on too, is that Red Skull might have an influence on Captain America, and it did happen in the Uncanny Avengers run too. That he was almost taken by the influence of hate, but he fought it off. But it was pretty close. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I'm interested. Like there's enough mystery there that makes me wonder. All right, I'll check it out. Maybe I'll check out the first story arc and see how it is. Mm-hmm. If people choose to hate it, they don't want to support it. Yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean that's the name of the game. You either like it or you don't like it. Yeah. In the end,
it brings back regular Steve Rogers back faster.
Yeah. Well, when the writer is done.
Yeah.
When his run is done, but yeah, sales tells everything. Okay, well, that's it for Captain America there. How about you?
Nope, that's it. That's it for Captain America.
Yeah? Okay. All right, so you were mentioning about judging a movie by its trailers. Mm-hmm. We talked about the Ghostbusters trailers.
Terrible. Yep.
Yeah. So are you planning on seeing the Ghostbusters movie?
No, the trailer looks terrible.
Okay.
And I'm not the first person to do this, to judge a movie based off trailers. Every moviegoer does this.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that trailer, looks like trash. Not for me.
I don't know, King. You better be careful because that comment, that statement that you're making, saying that you're not going to see the movie because you don't like the trailer, I think people are going to think, I think the internet's going to think that you're anti-feminist.
Or yeah. Well, let them think that. I mean, they're wrong.
So, recently, news were flying around too, and there's a crazy YouTube video entitled that...
James Rolfe.
Yeah, James Rolfe.
The angry video game nerd.
Yes, a YouTube personality who basically reviews old video games. Mostly, he has his persona of, yelling and hating on terrible video games.
He was one of the first ones to create that, the angry stick for reviewers.
Oh yeah, and people like that, and it's pretty. I like him. I feel like he's a talented guy. He found something that worked and kind of helped YouTube explode as well, and having this original content series. And he posted this video calling not a review of Ghostbusters, something like that. A title where it seems like something harsh, but when you watch the video, he's just sitting from the camera, and you think like he's doing his usual hate, but he's not. He actually is just being very calm and just explaining, I'm not going to go see the Ghostbusters. And it seems like it's more like a response because a lot of reviewers, like a lot of people who would do occasional movie reviews, and he's done a couple of movie reviews in the past, like The Wizard. People would like to, a lot of fans who follows him, they like to make comments asking, hey, will you review this movie and stuff? And sometimes these guys will do it, but most of the time they're not. And he's done stuff for Ghostbusters, like he reviewed a bunch of old Ghostbusters video games, talked about Ghostbusters, and I think it's just his response telling people that he doesn't intend on seeing the movie, so don't bother him for a review, because there's not going to be any review.
Yeah.
He's not going to go see it. And he's just explaining like why he's not going to see it. And none at all in the whole video, he did not mention anything against female. He didn't even mention about like the female protagonist. The only thing he mentioned was that an issue he had with Ghostbusters is it a sequel or is it a reboot? He feels that the way it's being presented is it is a reboot. And what's even more confusing is that there's no like subtitle names to go with it. And he feels that people are getting confused and they're calling it the female Ghostbuster movie, or they're just calling it female Ghostbusters. And that's the only comment he made, but it wasn't anything negative. He's just saying that people are getting confused, like what's going on with the Ghostbuster title. And he just simply say he doesn't plan on seeing the movie. And so a lot of people are just, they start accusing him of being anti-feminist. As far as I know so far, he hasn't. He posted another video kind of continuing about the Ghostbusters, but more like talking about the history of it and what he loved about the originals. And I have not seen anything about him like responding back or talking about like all this backlash.
Because he shouldn't. He didn't do anything wrong.
No, he didn't. And
No.
and as long as he keeps it up, I think he's doing the right thing. Don't say anything. And I think he's being very smart so far.
Yeah. Because, like you said in the video, he didn't say anything that would offend anybody, you would think, you know?
Right.
And then people apparently, you know, hey, this one white guy doesn't want to go see the Ghostbusters movie. He must hate women. And I'm like, no, he didn't say that. Did you even watch the video?
So
the best thing he can do is just, you know, he made up his mind.
Just do what he normally does.
Yeah, he's just
doing
gonna
good.
go
He's
on his
fine.
day. Yeah.
What's been really nice though that I've been seeing a lot of positivity is that a lot of people who are seeing all the articles and stuff, a lot of people are like posting videos responding about what's going on, and I've been reading comments from his videos too, and a lot of people are like, this video is anti-feminist. I see nothing wrong with it. Why is everyone making a big deal? Like everyone was just lost and confused. And I'm starting to chuckle a little bit more because I kind of think, well, that's kind of ironic there, isn't it? That here you have all these articles that are negatively bashing AVGN for something he didn't say.
Yeah.
It's bringing everyone towards his videos and his channel. So I guess that's working out for him. I just wish it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
You know? I just wish I just wish it wasn't something where it's something negative and people are coming to him because of that. People should come to him because, you know, the guy has done some like very fun, neat videos. So it looks like a lot of people are not falling for it. They're seeing what's going on.
Yeah, as they should.
Yeah. Yeah. Good on people.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, what do you think of here's my header: boycott previewing versus movie reviewing. Do you feel like if there's a trailer you don't like, you shouldn't watch it at all, or do you feel like you should be neutral and watch it and then talk about what you think about the movie?
No. I've already said my statement before. Like, if there's a trailer that you don't like, oh yeah, that trailer looks terrible. That makes the movie look terrible.
Right.
Yeah, feel free not to watch it because everybody's done it, you know.
People can make decisions for themselves, and for me, I am going to see that movie. I'm going to watch it because I'm a Ghostbusters fan. I like Ghostbusters. and I'm doing it for the franchise. Now, it doesn't mean I'm gonna blindly love the movie. I'm gonna go there, watch it, and after I'm done watching it, then I'm gonna tell people, maybe make like status posts on Facebook or whatever, and just tell people my honest opinion. If I don't like the movie, then I'm gonna tell people, don't waste your money. It's not worth it. It doesn't honor the original films. But if I liked it, then I tell people like, hey, don't listen to those trailers. They're horribly edited. Go see it. It's worth watching. Because if they did do good, then they deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's tricky because there are some movies that I won't see, and sometimes it just comes down to I don't have time, or I'm just not able to go see it, or there's too many movies out there that I'm kind of choosing wisely.
Yeah, I think this is just one of the cases of it looks terrible. If I was ever to go see it, it would have to have like critical praise.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Cool. All right. Short news. Inhumans are not completely gone from the MCU.
No.
That's gonna be post Infinity War.
Post Infinity rumors are speculating that Marvel and Fox are doing something with Fantastic Four and Inhumans. So the Fantastic Four Inhuman story arc movies will be in Phase 4.
That would help the transition into Inhumans.
Because the next what is it? Fox has until 2022 until they have to make another Fantastic Four movie, or else they lose the rights. So that would be good for Phase 4, I suppose.
Yeah. That'd be kind of fun though if Phase 4 is about the Fantastic Four. I mean, it's a shame. Should have been Phase 1, but oh well.
Yeah, it can't be helped.
Yeah, there's so much stuff that goes on with the Fantastic Four and X-Men, and it kind of feels like, just let them do their own thing. X-Men, a lot of characters.
Hey, it's just Fox and Marvel just hate each other. That's all.
Yeah.
No. Like I'm not even kidding. Disney or Marvel doesn't even want people to make video games about the X-Men or Fantastic Four anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Just to give them no commercial appeal to anybody outside of the comic book world.
It's bizarre. It frustrates me. What's going on with the X-Men? So I busted up laughing because Honest Trailer just recently released a video about the X-Men animated series, or X-Men 92. So they did an Honest Trailer of the TV series, and it was making me laugh. And kind of reminding me of like what X-Men were all about and how great it was, and then the movies just kind of remind me like, yeah, the movies are weird. They just keep going back and forth of like it's of quality, and then it's average, and then it's bad.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing that the new X-Men movie Apocalypse, it sounds like it's average right now.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I'm interested in seeing the movie. I like to check it out, but we'll see. I haven't seen First Class. I haven't seen
Days of Future
Past. So I'm okay about watching this movie, just jumping in and watch it. Right now, I'm interested in getting that new X-Men Omnibus that Marvel just released. They reprinted Volume 1, which is like the popular run of the X-Men.
Alright.
Yeah, like first having Wolverine part of the team, Nightcrawler, Colossus, and all that. So Marvel's doing its own part of promoting the X-Men, but the comic book series and what is it? Death of X. This new run or this new event coming up is called Death of X, and has people speculating that it could be the death of the X-Men. And not to kill off the characters, but doing what Fantastic Four is doing. It's more like the team is gone, but the characters are being integrated into other teams. Kind of like the Thing being integrated into the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Human Torch being integrated into the Uncanny Avengers. So, we'll see what happens to the X-Men. It's not looking good.
Nope.
No. So Netflix has announced when Luke Cage is coming out. It's going to be September 20th, 2016.
Nice. That's closer than I thought, actually.
Yeah, it better be. We got Jessica Jones came out last November. Daredevil season 2 just came out in March. So it makes sense that Luke Cage should be coming out in September. I'm glad it's coming up soon. And then we should be getting Iron Fist and then the Defenders. From what I understand, I believe Joe Quesada was interviewed by Kevin Smith. And as far as he knows, there is going to be the Defenders, a season 2 of Jessica Jones, and season 3 of Daredevil. I mean, it's still in the works. But after that, they can't officially confirm anything else because they're just trying to handle these series first, because they're doing all the planning with those, and then as time goes by, then they'll figure things out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't say too much about the Ghost Riders. I mean, they're still in the talks. Ghost Riders, Moon Knight, Blade, yeah. So. Yeah, you can't rely on that rumor for now, but it'll be nice.
I sure hope, with the season 3 of Daredevil, I hope it doesn't get stale, anytime soon.
Yeah, I hope not. There still is a lot of rich story that they can tell with the character. I like what they've done in season 2, and I feel like there's still stuff they can tell, and I'm excited about that. Oh, you just reminded me of something. A new rumor is popping up. I'm trying to remember the actor's name. The actor who played as Kingpin from Daredevil.
Oh yeah, it was rumored and then it was debunked.
Okay, so it did get debunked.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Yeah. All right. So real quick, there was rumors going around that the Kingpin from the Daredevil series is going to appear in Spider-Man: Homecoming, which I thought
like maybe just a cameo, nothing big.
That would be cool, but then at the same time, I thought, well, that's kind of weird to have a character like Kingpin from the Daredevil series that has such a mature, a mature feel. Like it's just a mature rated kind of series. It's weird to have that character and cross over into Spider-Man, where Spider-Man we know it's going to be PG or PG-13, most likely PG-13. But yeah, I'm okay with it being debunked because the tone would be weird.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Is pre-order for video games still viable for the video game industry?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I don't see why not. I mean, if you like a developer or like a game that's coming out, and you feel like, hey, I want to support these developers here. Here's my money because I want to play that game. Sure, why not? But as long as you're doing it and you know what you're getting yourself into, because I've pre-ordered games and I've kept up with the development of the game, and there's been some times where I'm like, oh, that this game doesn't look doesn't look great anymore. It doesn't look like anything I want to play anymore. So and I've canceled pre-orders. As long as you know and you're following the game, that way you don't feel burned out or ripped off when the game comes out. What about you? What's your feelings?
I agree with you. Completely. Until I got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from Platinum Games.
You've pre-ordered that game.
I pre-ordered it. It came in. So I've done heavy research on it. I understand what's going on with it. A lot of people are complaining that there's no local co-op, no couch co-op. I knew...
And at the time, it made sense why,
right.
I guess.
Because the gameplay of it is like Bayonetta. Where it's heavy on action, and you're kind of focused on your opponent. You probably focus on doing the combos and all the special attacks, as well as the dodging.
And they've said that they didn't want to put split screen because it would hinder the 60 frames a second gameplay.
Yeah. And so I understand that, sure, online. You can have 4-player online co-op.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool, but... I just want to play it because I kind of thought, hey, you know what? It kind of seems to have like an arcade feel to it. I'm okay with like playing a level and getting to the boss and stuff.
And the gameplay looks fine.
It looks fine.
From all the video presentations of it.
They looked fine. Mm-hmm. And then I actually played the game. And, I was all hyped up going like, oh, the visual looks pretty good. It's basic, but hey, it works. That's fine. It, kind of has an arcade feel to it. I'll play it. And then as I played and beat in the first level, then I get into the second level, and then that's when I got burnt out. Like, really the second level and I got burnt out from this game. It's not like Bayonetta where there's exploration. You have like a visual appealing world. There's stuff going on, and then you have enemies to combat, and the combat is fantastic. But I'm playing a game where I'm playing by myself, and so you have AIs. The other Ninja Turtles are controlled by AIs. You're all working together. There's so much going on. When I'm attacking an enemy, the other AIs are going everywhere. So as I'm attacking this one opponent, trying to build up combos and doing something cool and brilliant, just like Bayonetta, they come in and interrupt my combo. Mm-hmm. And I'm not feeling satisfied from the game. Like now it's just like, well, just button mash and hit whatever. So our friend Obi was over, and he made a comment about something that I thought, you know what, that sounds brilliant. That sounds like a better game. He said that, man, Ninja Turtles, this could be really cool if it was a Dynasty Warriors or Sengoku Basara type of game. Mm-hmm. And I thought, yeah, that might make me feel a little bit more satisfied, because this combat system, the Bayonetta style, it's like meant to fight, like having like a one-on-one combat, but you're still surrounded by enemies and you do like all these crazy attacks and specials. That's fantastic. But this game just felt like, you know what, I'm not alone here. There's other characters and there's too much going on.
Yep, and they keep interrupting what you want to do.
That's right. And when you're in the stage, when you're in the level, it's doing tasks one after another. Defuse a bomb. Okay. And then after you're done, all right, you got to pick up this gold brick and return it to the bank. So one person has to pick up these bars of gold, and they're carrying it. They're heavy. So now that becomes an escort mission. The other 3 turtles has to protect the one turtle that's like carrying the bars. And this broke me. This seriously broke me. I love Platinum Games. I really do support them. They've come up with some pretty cool, crazy games, but it saddens me to admit that they broke me, and that Ninja Turtles. I feel like this game came out pretty close to the movie coming out, and I started judging it as a movie video game or something to tie in with the movie. Ratchet and Clank, $40. Very successful video game right there. It's fantastic. It's doing so well, and it's $40. Mm-hmm. This game, the complaint is that you can beat Ninja Turtles in 2 hours. And it seems like I just feel like I don't want to go back to this. What's the point? I'm doing the same thing, and that's a damn shame. I love Ninja Turtles. I love the old school like side scroller beat 'em up brawler. I'd be happy to like have you join me and play Ninja Turtles 4 on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
I'm not tired of it. It's a damn good game.
Turtles in Time.
That's right. But this game, it just felt like chores. I'm just doing chores. The stakes are not high. I want to like it, but I can't. So
yeah. So will you be pre-ordering another game by Platinum, by Activision again?
Not likely, because Avatar didn't do so well. Transformers Devastation did fairly well, and a lot of people. They were being optimistic about Ninja Turtles because of Transformers. Transformers seemed to have a pretty good fan following. It did decent. But the Ninja Turtles, I think a lot of people are feeling broken by this game. So I can't say whose fault that is, because, this starts reminding me that, oh yeah, movie video game tie-in, and when you're trying to release a game on time around the time a movie's coming out, it kind of dampens the video game.
Yeah.
I think the game that I've heard that did really well is Mad Max, and I think what was cool about Mad Max, they didn't release it when the movie was coming out in theaters. I thought it was cool that they released it when it came out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And DVD, and I've heard people are liking that game. I got the game. I really want to play it. I'm hearing great things about it. A lot of people are just saying that, you know what, it was pretty well made. I mean, I think the flaw of Mad Max, or what hurt it was released at the same time as Metal Gear Solid.
Yes, the same time.
So, oh well. But yeah, I'm doing something that I don't feel very proud of. I feel dirty, but it just feels like it's the right thing that I have to do. I just contacted Amazon. I'll see if they can, but I'm returning the game. I'm going to drop it off at UPS. That's fine if I'm paying for shipping and handling. I think I just, it'll feel like I just rented the game, try it out, and realize, you know what, this isn't for me. I feel bad. I feel dirty about it. I love Platinum games. I love Bayonetta. I dig Vanquish. I love what they've done, but this game is like,
hey,
I'm
man.
sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's just not great.
Everybody makes a bad game.
Yeah.
So
now I'm not completely against pre-orders. There are still games that I am hyped. I've done my research and I'm ready for, but it's. I'm okay with having a game that's like it's not the top 10 reviewed games, but I like a game that I could enjoy, play here and there. I can get all the way through to the very end and just say, hey, you know what? I had a good time with the game, and when I feel like I want to trade it in, I'll trade it in.
Yeah.
But I don't want to feel like I have to return a game. So that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else to add to that?
No. For pre-orders, yeah, just make sure you do your research, know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
And follow the game, because you never know if it takes a weird turn that you don't like.
If you don't pre-order, you know what? Yeah, just follow it closely and then see what's up. We kind of live in an age now that we don't have to worry about limited quantity of physical copies. You can buy digital copies. And then physical, just order it from Amazon. Amazon has like crazy discounts. Sometimes, 1 week it'll be full price, and then the next week they just discounted it.
20% off.
Yeah, you never know. All right, so that was kind of a down topic right there. Let's go into something a little bit more positive. And I'm not necessarily in the vein of pre-order, but something I'm doing a lot of research in is I Am Setsuna. So they just released an I Am Setsuna trailer. Did you see it?
I watched it, yes.
What did you think of it?
It looks good. It looks very good. Very Chrono Trigger.
Yes.
Ish.
Something happened in this trailer that it gave me the goosebumps. It was bizarre. Looking at the game visually and the design of it, and even the developers who are being interviewed, they're saying, we want a Chrono Trigger game. We want a game that's from the Super Nintendo era. That's by us, by Square Enix. We want to make a Square game. And that puts a smile on my face. I want this game to succeed. I don't want this to fail. I want this to be like Square's crazy indie game. And I want this game to prove that we care. We still care. Bravely Default was like a surprise hit. A game that Square would have felt like, no, this game isn't going to work out in the U.S. It did pretty good. So what did you think of the trailer? Like, what was going on in it that you are excited about?
It's definitely the old school look of it. The entire gameplay, like the overworld, where it's like an isometric view of you and your party members running across the world.
Yes.
The tag team system. There's you and your party members can perform special attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely looks great. Outside of some of the on a 3D visual standpoint, it's okay. But I guess that's not what's appealed to me right now with this game. It's more about the gameplay mechanics.
I still enjoy Chrono Trigger to this day, and I remember I was so Chrono Trigger hardcore that when I got into Chrono Cross, it took me a while to adjust to Chrono Cross because I was expecting it to play like Chrono Trigger, or the combat system to be like Chrono Trigger. Mm-hmm. I expected each character to have like unique skills and abilities assigned to that character, and then I expect them to have like dual text and triple text. And dual text and triple text were actually very rare to perform. Like it's very character specific. So that it saddened me that the combat was not like Chrono Trigger, but Chrono Cross is great in its own right. But it was something that I was missing from Chrono Trigger. I've always dug the level up system, as well as how each character had their own skills and abilities. And I love the dual tech, just the combination, the things that they can do. I miss it, so it's exciting to see that come back. Especially, was it Cross Slash?
Cross Slash.
Yes. What else?
About this game?
Yeah. What do you think of the environment?
Oh, It looks fine.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, yeah, it's appealing to me. From what I've seen.
It's a concern of mine about the game that, this whole game seems to this whole world that they're in, all the footage that I see nothing but snow.
Yeah, it's definitely like, because Square created this small team just to make RPGs, pretty much what they said. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't have the biggest of budgets to make high end 3D.
Right.
High-end 3D towns or visuals compared to maybe a Final Fantasy, but
I was concerned about how big this world is, the game. All the scenes I'm seeing snows. I started guessing that you're just in a region. I'm thinking Final Fantasy 12 where you don't have like the full world map to explore. You just have like these regions to explore, to travel in, and that was my guess about the game. And then this moment happened, and I was shocked. It gave me the chills. It's weird. They showed an airship, and the airship went up, and it started going around the globe. And that got me excited. It just reminded me of Final Fantasy. When I first played Final Fantasy 4, I've always felt like I want that airship. I want to explore the world. I want to check it out. And so when they showed the airship, that put a smile on my face and built up the confidence in the game that, hey, I mean, there's a world to explore. I'm intrigued. You got me. I really want to check this game out. I think when it comes out on PlayStation Network or PlayStation Store, what is it? $15? No, 20, isn't it?
No.
40?
Yeah, 40.
Oh, 40. Yeah, maybe it was 40. $40.
But why? Why is that a bad pricing?
It's not.
Yeah.
But like I said, then again, it does have a world map. And we have been getting a lot of indie RPGs that are $20. You know what? Hey, what about the length of the game?
Yeah, it's a weird mentality where people's like, oh, it's coming out a download on PSN or Xbox Live. And $20 should be the max price. Like, what merits that price point? Like, who do what decides, like, oh, this because it's download, it should be $20 max. Like, no, that doesn't make any sense.
All right.
This game has more content than most AAA games.
Let me backtrack about my reaction there because, I wasn't sure. I tend to associate indie games around like $15 to $20. But if you think a little bit more, think about all the games that's been released on the PlayStation Store, especially the games that have been released only for PlayStation Store that are built for PlayStation 4. Darius Burst. How much does that game cost?
Yep. Full price. Full
$60.
Yep.
That is a side scroller shoot 'em up game. Like it's a kind of like Gradius type of game. $60. But the game has a lot of content. It has like a lot of levels, challenge, and goes up to 4 players. And it's definitely aimed at a specific market. This game has a pretty good fighting chance. $40, you know what, may not be too bad. I mean, some shoot 'em up games, they're being released for $60. Some of these games are like, you get 8 hours or 15 hours of playtime. What I'm hoping for I Am Setsuna, this one I'm going to keep track of as well. I am happy if the game can go like minimum 25 hours.
Yeah, I mean, Ninja Turtles was what?
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
And that was how much? 40?
50. $50.
Yeah.
And I was talking about Ratchet and Clank, and it's $40. And I think people will get more of an experience out of Ratchet and Clank.
Yes.
Ninja Turtles, that game broke me. $50. You could beat it in 2 hours, but there's nothing about the game that kind of feels like I have to go back to it.
Where this game, I Am Setsuna, downloadable game, RPG, maybe 10, 20 hours, $40 seems like a fair price to me.
Yeah. Oh man, now I'm getting excited again. I made a note too about, and I kind of compared it to Wild Arms. The reason I compare it to Wild Arms, and a lot of people will say this, is Wild Arms is still a fantastic game, even the original game from PlayStation 1. It's the setting of it, the whole game most of those games takes place in a desert world, and it's just a unique style, unique story to tell. So I'm interested in the environment of I Am Setsuna to see where it goes. Yeah, I'm okay with like a minimum of 25 hours of gameplay because it's hard to find time to play these games too.
For sure.
And RPGs, for some reason, people kind of feel like they have to make them longer and longer. I just feel like, you know what? Try to, make these games like minimum of 30 hours.
Even less.
Yeah, like more than maybe like around 20, more than 20 hours. That's fine. But yeah, I just want a good experience. Mass Effect, what I like about Mass Effect, I kind of feel like those games, they don't have to be as long as people make them out to be. And they never felt like long to me. Mass Effect 2 I enjoyed. I felt like I could have beaten that game in like 40 or 50 hours. But because I chose to do a lot of the side quests, which felt like I was getting something out of those, I ended up playing that game up to 80 hours, and it never felt like it to me. I was enjoying that game. It had a good flow.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want this game to do well because I want to see more from this small company that Square Enix created just to make RPGs from. So
yeah, because if they can make a good game, I'm not talking about like it's going to change the direction of game development. I just want them to like learn that hey, people still care about these games, and if you innovate or if you're kind of bringing something back that we're doing all this heavy stuff, it's kind of nice to go back and do something like simple that people can play a game and enjoy, and hopefully it might be a game that people are happy to go back to and replay again, just like Chrono Trigger, because Chrono Trigger had an experience like the New Game Plus. That's pretty neat to kind of go back and do crazy stuff and get these different endings. And then they do like subtle changes here and there to kind of show like it's not exactly the same game playing through it again. Not 100% accurate there, but I remember replaying that game and thought like yeah, there's some changes and you can fight the final boss much sooner in the game. And
yeah,
you can mess around too. That's what I like.
Yep, mini games.
Yep. All right.
That it for I Am Setsuna?
Yeah, that's it for I Am Setsuna.
Okay, well, moving on to the next gaming news, I guess. One of the bigger news came out this week. I guess it's also an industry-changing news, is that the Xbox One will also have a PlayStation, not the next one, not Xbox 2, although I kind of want to say it's Xbox 2 right now, but it will have a next step up from the Xbox One, just like PlayStation 4's the rumors of PlayStation 4K. The rumors have now started that Xbox One will have a same thing going for it.
Okay.
Yep. Rumors came from a lot of sources, but the one I have is from Polygon.
Okay.
It's the code name is Scorpio, and it will be out in late 2017.
Scorpio, late 2017?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing I'm worried about is that because it's definitely they said it's going to be Oculus, VR compatible, so they have to put enough power behind inside the box to make it compatible with Oculus Rift. And from the rumors, it might just be that, because PlayStation 4K rumors are it's about twice as powerful as the regular PlayStation 4, but now the Scorpio is rumored to be almost 4 times stronger than the Xbox One. And if it's 4 times stronger than the Xbox One, that's not a step. That's not a 1.5 step. That's literally in an Xbox 2 in terms of power.
Yeah. Interesting.
So that will be interesting to see, because the rumors are also saying like, oh yeah, they're probably going to show it off at E3 or announce it at E3, which I don't see them doing until next year, until 2017.
That's going to be very interesting because Xbox One. How do you feel the Xbox? How do you feel that how Xbox One is performing in this generation?
It's doing fine. Like comparatively to the PlayStation 4, not so well, but comparatively from the Xbox 360, it's fine. I was supposedly beating it.
Yeah.
In sales, yeah.
I feel like they lost me with Xbox One. I was fine with 360. I like the direction that they were going.
I like the direction of the 360 they were going until like the last 4 years.
When Kinect appeared.
Yeah.
I think it went downhill when Kinect appeared. And
they stopped caring about it.
Yeah. It got weird.
Yeah, no, they lost me because of the initial message they had for the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
You know, TV, sports, and Call of Duty, and that was
Yep.
it. You know, and that's where they lost me. And now,
Kind of lost Call of Duty because Call of Duty seemed to be like it flipped. They were all about releasing content early on 360. Now it's releasing content early for PlayStation 4.
well, that just makes sense just because of the size of the market. You know,
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation market. But I just feel like Microsoft is, you know, I do really do feel they're going away from the console business and then they're just focusing on gaming in general. Like the next Xbox will be like a streaming, almost like a TV box, you know. Like it's gonna be there, but just in name only as an Xbox. You know, it's not going to be a console. They're trying to go for the living room. They're gonna because they said they're gonna have all their games from. They're going to make all the games from now on, you know, multi-platform with both Xbox and PC.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
yeah, it's definitely interesting because right now was with the next step because usually this doesn't happen, you know.
Yeah.
PlayStation, Xbox comes out and then we wait 5, 6, 7 years until the next one. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox 2 comes out, but now we're at a phase where it might just be a mid step within each generation.
Yeah. So I feel like the solution for people who are having issues or are concerned about like the consoles where they're trying to be faster about upgrading these systems, it sounds like it has to be like PC where you're just gonna have to have a console that is gonna have to be able to play these older games. It looks like we're going in the direction, and I'm accepting it as of late too, that we can't have physical copies or discs anymore. Like it seems like I feel like PlayStation stores or digital stores, having your digital account, I feel like they're probably the most important things to have right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The best, you know, just have a very solid network infrastructure.
Yeah.
You know, so you could have all your past games that you've downloaded be compatible with the newer consoles. And that's also what they said they were going for. You know, all the games you've purchased in the past will be compatible from here on out. So
I think I was expressing that to you that the biggest reason for me to be interested in PlayStation 4K. I mean, I might be interested in getting it anyway, but I feel like its edge would be to be able to play the older digital games.
Yeah.
To be able to play PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 library that has been available on the PlayStation Network. You have to have a console to play all the PlayStation games digitally. Because it kind of frustrates me that I have these digital PlayStation 1 games, but it's on my PlayStation 3 console. I can't play it on my PlayStation 4. It would be more convenient if I can play them on that, but I can't. And I'm not saying that the PlayStation 3 is holding me hostage, because the PlayStation 3 is still a fine console, and I have a pretty good library to go with it. And I also have the Vita, so, I mean, I'm fine with that. It's just, it would be nice to ease the transition and just have like all the contents and games to be able to play them on my PlayStation 4. And that is fine if they said that this console can't play discs. We can't add the drive to it. It's going to make it very huge, clunky, and all that. I feel like that's fine. The digital, I'm more concerned about.
yeah.
Because it just seems like that's the direction we're going.
Yep. You know, with better internet, you know, infrastructure, we should be going that way, to be honest. But you can never beat physical. You know, physical will always be there.
It'll always be there for you.
Of course. I mean, because my internet sucks at the moment. I don't want to be downloading, you know, 50 gig games.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and more memory in those hard drives too. Please. You gotta make them 10 terabytes at that point.
Now the next question is, when will we see our first PlayStation Neo or Xbox Scorpio exclusive game? You know, not compatible with the older versions.
Yeah, and that's a good point to bring up too, because that's another thing that has to happen.
That has to happen. Yeah, they can't just keep. Oh, you know, it's gonna be all these games are going to be compatible. That's going to be, that's almost going to give no reason to upgrade.
Yeah. I mean, this discussion we're having, I'm just like flipping and kind of leaning towards and accepting what is going on with the game industry right now, because PC was the first. I mean, PC has always been there. It's kind of always been this way, where they seem to have like these digital accounts, having a pretty good infrastructure, and people seem to be gravitating towards the PC because, hey, these games are available on home consoles, seem to be available for the PC as well.
Yeah, and almost the entire PC gaming industry is backwards compatible. You can still play games all the way back in
from the 90s.
Yeah.
Still play some Myst.
Yeah, you still play some Myst. Still play some old school Doom.
Yeah.
Which which you can't do with consoles.
Oh yeah. It's interesting. It's an interesting time we live in now.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting and horrifying to see what's coming within the console industry.
Someone has to do it.
Someone has to.
Yeah. You can't delay this much longer. I mean, it's going to happen no matter what. The question is, who's going to be the first to do it, and are they going to do it at the right time? But you know what? Forget about doing it at the right time. How are they going to convey the message? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question.
Because Xbox, when, like you were talking about, when Microsoft came out and did their presentation, talked about Xbox One, they didn't convey their message very well, and they certainly didn't. The message certainly didn't appeal to their audience as well. And Sony, it felt like Sony was taking notes of what was going on with Microsoft, and then showed up and just gave a hell of a presentation about the PlayStation 4. And Xbox One's key words were sports, TV. PlayStation 4 was video games.
Yeah.
Video games.
Mm-hmm.
And people were just saying, like, we want video games. It's a video game console. What do you expect? We want that. And Sony just delivered the message saying, it's a video game console, guys. It's for you.
Yep.
We made horrible mistakes with PlayStation 3, and we want to rectify that.
Yep.
Which I think they did a good job with that. That's why PS4 is leading. So, yeah, I think it just comes down to how they're going to convey their message.
Yep. And that's it for the Scorpio.
Yeah.
E3 is going to be exciting.
Yeah. It's weird. It feels quiet. I mean, there are rumors going around.
Yeah, but there's been no leaks yet.
Yeah, like, and I'm starting to question myself. Going, am I going through media blackout? Like, am I choosing to avoid these news? Am I choosing to avoid the leaks and rumors? I mean, you're telling me a rumor right now, and I'm okay with that. That's fine, because it doesn't mean it's going to actually happen. But it. Kind of like a Super Bowl game. We're going to get together, watch E3, and just be watching, going, what are they going to announce?
Yep.
How's this going to turn out? You think the crowd's going to stand up and cheer for them, or are you going to hear some boos? I mean, we just made guesses and just kind of curious how it's going to turn out.
Mm-hmm.
And I've enjoyed the last couple of times that we've watched the E3. It's kind of fun. I think I'm in it more to see like how they present themselves and how the people are reacting to them. Yeah, it's been really fun. So I'm up for this year's E3.
Me too.
Yeah. You're gonna check out Microsoft's press conference?
Yeah, we will see. If I'm not working at that time, at the hour that Microsoft does it, yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm out of topics.
Yeah, and that's it for me too. All right, that about wraps it up for another episode of Audio Scrawl. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, take care.